Hello everyone and welcome back to Bromley FC Live for this behind closed doors pre-season friendly between Crystal Palace under-23s and Bromley. Let's start off by welcoming James. James, great to have you again today.
Afternoon, Matt. Afternoon to everyone listening in today. Thanks again for joining us.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm sure the viewers will come in
Yeah.
more and more so as time goes on. Let's start off then by running through the two teams, and we'll start with the visitors. Crystal Palace this afternoon. It's a straight 1 to 11 for them. 1 is Jacob Russell, 2 David Boateng, 3 Reece Honham, 4 is James Taylor, 5 Lewis Hobbs, 6 Jude Russell, 7 Harlem Hale, 8 Jake Giddings, 9 Harrison Myring, 10 Sion Spence, and 11 is Brandon Pierrick. The subs for Palace this afternoon are 12 Sam Woods, 13 Ollie Webber, 14 Cian Flanagan, 15 Malachi Boateng, 16 Nia Kirby, 17 J Rich Bagaloo, 18 Scott Banks, 19 Alfie Matthews, 20 is Rob Street, and 21 Brandon Aviero. The lineup for Bromley this afternoon, a few changes from Saturday's 1-1 draw with Dulwich Hamlet. 1 Mark Cousins in goal, 5 Chris Bush, 6 Jack Holland, 7 Luke Coulson, 10 James Alabi, 11 Rico Hackett-Fairchild, number 12 is Tom Purrington, 14 Corey Roberts, 15 Trialist A this afternoon, 19 Harry Forster, and 22 Liam Vincent. The bench for Bromley, 2 Joe Kizzy, 4 Billy Bingham, 8 Frankie Raymond, 9 Michael Cheek, number 13 the sub-keeper Tarek Najia, 17 Byron Webster, 18 Ben Williamson, 21 Ollie Tanner, and 23 Ben Allen. Just in time, James. A few changes to the side from Saturday, obviously. Good to see some other faces getting some minutes now.
Yeah, absolutely. Much needed minutes for the players that haven't necessarily featured so far in pre-season or have featured it but came off the bench in the previous games. So yeah, it's going to be really important for them. Great to see obviously Rico Hackett starting, which is probably going to be one of his first starts in a long time. So I know he'll be buzzing about that, and also great to see James Alabi starting up top as well.
And we're underway here at Hayes Lane as Palace take the kick-off, and it's running towards Pierrick on that left-hand side, but Coulson just shepherds it out for a throw. And it's going to be Bromley's throw here. Looks like Jack Holland will take it in the absence of Joe Kizzy, who's on the bench this afternoon. And it's taken long by Jack Holland. Headed on, and then that's going to be dealt with by the looks of it by Hobbs. Plays it back to the keeper Russell, who's going to be put under pressure by Harry Forster here. Gets the clearance away, just a nick of time, but it's picked up by Tom Purrington. Back in towards the goal, and it's saved in the end. What a bizarre goal that would have been.
Absolutely, yeah. Early test for the goalkeeper, Jacob Russell. Nice to see Bromley getting on the front foot, pressing high, and they'll look to do that hopefully for the rest of the game, because it's going to be a bright, energetic, youthful Palace side they're going to come up against. And
I'm not sure Tom Purrington meant for that to be an attempt on target at all, but it was in the end. And the ball's with Liam Vincent here, finds Corey Roberts, really calm and collected from the 17-year-old there. And it's played back to the number 6, Russell, for Palace. Palace come away with it in the middle of the park now. It's fed to Honham on this near side. Back in field, it's a heavy touch though, and Hackett's going to look to take control of it here. He can't quite do so, but it's a heavy touch there from Giddings, nearly getting away from him. But Palace back in possession now with Boateng on that far side. Being chased down by Forster, good work from him. It's Bromley who regain possession here, and Harry Forster comes forwards towards the box. Harry Forster into the box now, good footwork from him. It's a good tackle though from Giddings, and he puts it out of play for a throw to Bromley, but yet more encouraging play from Harry Forster there, James.
Yeah, he's looking to get forward as soon as possible, and with his pace, I'm no doubt once again he'll cause a lot of problems for this Crystal Palace side today.
Referee this afternoon, once again, I think for the 3rd time in a row, is Dean Skipper. The assistants Ian Bentley and Richard Carter this afternoon. As Bromley have possession with Chris Bush at the back, who's playing as a centre-back today. Having seen him feature at left-back for the whole of pre-season so far. Obviously, he is a centre-back as well, and we know that from last season. So I think Neil Smith just wanted him to be reminded of the fact that he may have to fill in at centre-back sometimes, and hence playing there today.
Yeah, obviously a change of system for Bromley. Playing with the 3 centre-halves, Jack Holland, Chris Bush and Corey Roberts. And then you've got Liam Vincent on the left and Luke Coulson on the right. So an interesting change from what had been in practice for a lot of pre-season so far, but I'm sure it's a case of just exploring some different options for the season ahead. We'll see how they fare in this system this afternoon.
risky pass there from Pierrick. He went to find Boateng on the other side of the park, and Forster nearly got there ahead of him, but Boateng just picked it up, and now Hobbs finds the goalkeeper, Russell. There's 2 Russells, of course, for Palace this afternoon. Number 6 is Jude Russell, and the goalkeeper, number 1, Jacob Russell. Try not to get the 2 confused. Here is Jude Russell, who goes a long ball forward looking for Pierrick, the number 11, who's just beaten to it by Coulson. Jack Holland has to take a heavy touch there, and Pierrick trying to get there in the box ahead of him. He's just run away from him there, but Palace still in possession. Pierrick once again into the box. It's cut out by Trilist. Does really well there, Trilist, and he's going to look to get a clearance in here. He's dispossessed, though, by Spence, who's going to get a ball towards the back post here, headed away by Roberts, and then an attempted clearance from Forster there. It's Bromley struggling to get it away here. Chris Bush manages to get something on it, and eventually Bromley can breathe again. Here is Hobbs. Now Russell. And it's pumped forward, looking for Boateng, but only going to go straight through to Mark Cousins in the Bromley goal.
Yeah, when Bromley are out of possession there, they're falling back into a really flat back 5. And then obviously the midfield are looking like a midfield 4. So Rico Hackett just drops in, and it just leaves James Alabi up top on his own. So quite a solid defensive format for Bromley this afternoon.
Here's James Alabi after picking up the header from Perrington. James Alabi strolling towards goal and strolling towards the box, rather, and he's tackled in the end. That's offside there on Myring, who was well ahead of the entire Bromley back line when that ball was played. It's going to be Chris Bush to take this free kick just on the edge of the centre circle. Pump forwards looking for the run of Luke Coulson. Coulson takes it down with his head. It's in towards James Alabi, but the defender's going to get there first. He does. Lewis Hobbs, and no nonsense clearance there. Goes out for a throw to Bromley, just next to the corner flag. This is where you want Chris Bush's long throws, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But, looks like it's going to be taken short. It is to Hackett, and it's a tackle there from Giddings. Puts it out of play, but it's taken again by Coulson, back to Hackett. And now Coulson once again takes a touch, skips past the challenge, and is tackled. Another throw to Bromley, though, 3rd in a row in that final quadrant there. Here is James Alabi with his back to goal, finds Tom Perrington, feeds it out to Luke Coulson, who's in space here to get across into the box. He does, towards the back post where Liam Vincent is, and he just heads it over the bar. But a really, really good passage of play from Bromley there. Liam Vincent couldn't apply the finishing touch in the end, but found himself in good space at the back post. It was a great cross from Coulson, and Vincent not hitting the target in the end, but good play nonetheless, James.
Yeah, great to see. And just talking about the way that Bromley fall back into that flat 5 when they're out of possession. In possession there, the wing-backs are, well, Coulson's one side making the cross, and you've got Liam Vincent on the other side looking to head on goal. So great to see that Bromley have that diversity when it comes to attacking and defending, and the wing-backs are really looking to push on when we do attack.
And the keeper being put under pressure again there from James Alabi this time, managed to get a good clearance in Jacob Russell, but it's clear to see Bromley are looking to put pressure on the Palace back 5 in these early stages. Clearance taken by Mark Cousins up towards Liam Vincent. We're in the 6th minute here. Harry Forster picks up possession, enters the box here. Harry Forster has an opportunity to shoot, and it's over the bar. But the space opened up for him there, Harry Forster, and he cut into the box. Right-footed effort, well over in the end, but very good wing play from him. He really looks promising from what we've seen so far in a Bromley shirt, and we'll be looking forward to seeing him in the league, hopefully, in the coming weeks.
Absolutely. Great to see. And he obviously had one of those efforts against Dulwich on the weekend where he just cut in from the left-hand side and unleashed a strike. So it's great to have him on one side doing that, and we know what Rico Hackett likes to do when it comes to it. He loves to cut in as well and shoot on his left, so great to have both of those options on either wing.
Clearance from Russell is missed by Myring, but Hackett picks it up here, finds Alabi. Alabi with a quick ball back to Hackett. Hackett now can find Liam Vincent in a bit of space here on that left-hand side. Liam Vincent with a cross into the box, and it's straight into the arms of Russell in the end. Again, good build-up play from Bromley. I think the cross just a little bit directed too much towards the goalkeeper, and James Alabi there couldn't get anywhere near it, and Palace can reset from the back now. The ball is with Hobbs, and now Honham, the left back, pumps it forwards looking for the run of Myring, but it's not going to get anywhere near him. It's straight through to Mark Cousins. No threat there. Have to say, James, 3 good chances for Bromley this early on. One of them inadvertently perhaps, but yes, a good start.
Yeah, really good start. And we're only probably about well, under 10 minutes into this game, so good to see Bromley getting the chances. I think now it's about getting settled and taking those chances.
And here's Forster to find Hackett. Hackett with a cross. It's a really deep one, and it's way too much on it in the end, and it's going to go out for a throw to Palace on that far side. But again, we keep saying it. Great build-up play there. Harry Forster integral once again. Looks like he's equally comfortable hugging the touchline or cutting in.
Yeah, it certainly is, and we keep saying it, a really bright prospect, and we're very privileged to have him on loan from Watford.
It was a very good spot from Neil Smith, wasn't it? Actually happened by chance going to watch a Watford game, under 23s, to watch another player actually, and ended up picking up Harry, and what a coup that could be for Bromley.
Absolutely.
Here is Russell, finds Boateng. There's that man Forster closing him down, but the ball's played up, headed away by Vincent, and Trialist there gets stuck in and regains possession from Bromley. Now Forster, Alabi, back to Purrington, now Trialist, finds Alabi. The ball comes off the referee there. And this is a new rule, isn't it, James?
Sure
I think
is, yeah.
if the ball hits the referee, it is...
Yeah, the team that would effectively lose possession, so had possession prior to it hitting the referee, basically has a drop ball.
Which we've taken. It's with Trialist A now. Here's Corey Roberts. Lovely ball through to Harry Forster. If he can keep it in here, he does. It's a shot, and it's into the net. And I think...
Wow, that is an inadvertent goal, Matt. I
think that's James Alabi, isn't it?
It's absolutely smashed him in the face, I can't lie.
So the shot came in from Harry Forster, who was the creating force once again for Bromley. Curled the shot in. It was parried by the goalkeeper, Jacob Russell, straight onto the head of James Alabi, who was in the right place at the right time. Knew nothing about it, but that's James Alabi's first goal of pre-season, and he's definitely feeling that one, isn't he? Can see him clutching onto his face there as he came out of the goal, but it's a deserved lead for Bromley, and it is 1-0 to the home side.
Yeah, that was some contact, and he certainly wouldn't have been expecting that, but in the right position at the right time, and that's what you want to see from a centre forward. So he's picked up his goal, which is great to see, and hopefully that's the start of many more to come.
And hopefully a confidence boost to James Alabi, who's really worked hard this pre-season and put in some impressive displays. Just hasn't found the net yet, but now he has, and it's good timing for James Alabi. The ball's with Holland now. It's probably got to be composed at the back. Here's Mark Cousins and finds Chris Bush at the heart of the Bromley defence. Here's Hackett. Hackett now to Coulson, who's in space here. Luke Coulson with a cross. It's blocked there by Hobbs. It was a good block. But again, space opening up for Bromley. And Luke Coulson looking to exploit that, but the cross blocked in the end. It will be a throw. And Luke Coulson's had to step out of the pitch perimeter here and over the barriers to get this loose football, which he's retrieved. And Bromley still, after the goal, looking to put pressure on Palace and try and create a second opening. It's taken short to Hackett, and it's a poor return ball from Hackett. Luke Coulson unable to get that. He was rooted to the line. And James Alabi, good pressure from him there to force Palace into booting the ball onto the roof of this main stand. And that will be another throw to Bromley. And we need another football, which Alan Dunn is providing from the home dugout. And Luke Coulson will be taking this one again, it seems. It will be Luke Coulson, finds Hackett. Hackett this time opts to go on his own and is tackled. Palace now looking to come away with it. Pierrick on the ball, finds Boateng in the right back position. Boateng still on the ball here, finds Taylor. Taylor under pressure from Alabi there, finds Giddings, and it's a long ball forward, headed away by Corey Roberts, composed there to find Forster. Alabi gives it away though to Myring. And here is Myring still on the ball. It's infield to Spence. And now Boateng trying to keep it in play on that far side. He does so, goes infield back to Spence. Spence slips there, and the ball comes off Forster for a Palace throw. James Alabi there just not looking before he passed the ball to create this opening for Palace here. But James Alabi it was with the goal on 9 minutes to put Bromley in the lead, a deserved lead at that. Here are Palace though on the attack with Boateng, tries to get across and it's blocked. And it will be another throw here to the away side. Thank you to all of you joining us this afternoon. We've tried something slightly different with the stream today. And all looks to be working nicely so far. Boateng's just going to go and retrieve the ball from the other side of the pitch side barrier there, as Bromley can set and get ready for this throw. James Alabi remains forward for Bromley and Rico Hackett as well. Throws taken by Boateng to Spence. Spence back to Boateng. Boateng shimmies one way and gets the ball into the box, and it's into the arms of Cousins. That was a good ball from Boateng, but plenty of Palace shirts committed forwards now, and Luke Coulson can try and spark an attack for Bromley. He plays it down the line looking for Rico Hackett, who makes the arced run to find the ball. It's a good bit of play between the two of them there. Hackett now back to Coulson. Coulson finds Forster. Forster with the ball over the top was looking for the run of Hackett, but he wasn't on the same wavelength as his teammate, and it's straight out of play there for a goal kick to Palace. It's still 1-0 to Bromley. For those of you just joining us, James Alabi on the 9th minute. Didn't know a lot about the goal, I have to say. But his first goal of pre-season, and a welcome one too. After some encouraging performances, he's got the ball in the net, which is great to see. And we're in the 14th minute here. It is Bromley 1, Palace 0, as a long ball over the top looks to reach Spence, who's tussling there with Liam Vincent, and Spence picks up the ball, manages to keep it in play. Finds Boateng. Boateng now finds a teammate, Giddings. Back to Russell. And now Hobbs. Hobbs back to Giddings. Giddings with the ball over the top, looking for the run of Brandon Pierrick here, who's just beaten to it by Mark Cousins, who bowls it out to Luke Coulson. And now Luke Coulson can start an attack for Bromley. He's been used as that outlet from when Mark Cousins gets the ball. It's fed into Rico Hackett now, who cuts in field, tries to get into the box. It's a good challenge, though, from Honham, who manages to dispossess him. Palace still with it in their box, though, under pressure from Trialist there. They manage to pass their way out of it. It's a poor ball, though, towards Pierrick, and it's out of play for a Bromley throw. Good pressure again from Bromley, James.
Yeah, sure was. And nice to see Luke Coulson bringing the ball out from the back, travelling with it some distance, and then setting off Rico Hackett on an attack. Shame Rico couldn't just break through the defensive line for Palace, but good to see the intent there and how the wing-backs are looking to be used.
Oh, and it's an awkward coming together there between Bush and Pierrick. Through on goal here. It's a great save by Cousins. Pierrick with the ball at his feet again. It comes to Myling in the box. He's hit the post. Back with Pierrick. Takes a shot and it's hit the post again. Palace hit the post twice in about the space of 5 seconds there.
Wow.
It was Myring first and Pierrick on the second attempt. Now Bromley can attack here with Hackett. Finds Forster. He's got 3 Palace players around him. He's just barged off the ball there, and Palace look to attack again. It just opened up for Palace there, and they hit the post twice in quick succession. As the ball comes into the box, it's towards Pierrick, but Cousins gets there, and Bromley can breathe a sigh of relief, James.
Yeah, crazy few minutes there, and quite calamitous defending in the end. Chris Bush just coming off the worst in the 50-50, and Palace were away, hitting the post twice. That's a real shame for them, because they broke through really well and obviously caused a lot of problems for Bromley. But the Ravens will need to just calm down, take some composure, and just try and balance the play here, because Palace have slowly grown into this one.
They have.
And yeah, look really dangerous at that moment.
They do, certainly got a lot of pace, Crystal Palace, this young Palace side, as you'd expect. And Myring and Pierrick, they're both hitting the post, really unlucky, especially the second attempt, hit the inside of the post. But here's Coulson, a nice ball across the field. Coulson's going to go for the cross here into the box, looking for Forster. It's an easy header away for Russell, who was under no threat from any Bromley player there. It's going to be Coulson to take this throw. It's a Hackett. Hackett's easily dispossessed there, and Palace come away with it. It's Spence, plays it across field to Boateng. Back to Giddings now. Bromley need to keep up the tempo, James, that they showed in the first 10 minutes and take this game to Palace.
Yeah, certainly. And I think once this game does settle down, I'm sure Bromley will really need to get the midfield involved a bit more. I think it's been quite a quick, pacey game, and the turnovers have been quite frequent. So you just want to see how the legs of the Bromley players hold up, especially for the ones that haven't necessarily had the minutes in pre-season.
And you can see the tactic there, James, is just to try and put Pierrick in with the ball over the top.
Really
and
highly rated player, actually. I know a lot of Crystal Palace fans who've spoken about him. I think he has certainly featured at least on the bench for the first team, and I know he is highly rated at Crystal Palace. So it's great to see him here, obviously donning the 11 shirt, which has become infamous with Wilfried Zaha, so potentially looking to emulate the success he's had.
And yeah, definitely a name we've had mentioned to us before on the upcoming talent at Palace, and someone I'm sure will look to, like you say, emulate the academy players of the past from Crystal Palace and break into the first team. Palace have it in their own corner quadrant here, and it's a terrible clearance into the path of Hackett on the box. Here's Trilist. Trilist with the ball at his feet, goes for a shot, Trilist, and it's in! And it's 2-0 to Bromley, and it's the Trilist A who's finished it off the post there. It was a poor clearance from Palace back into their own box. It was headed down by Hackett Fairchild into the path of Trilist A, who finishes well off the post there, and Bromley lead 2-0, perhaps, James, against the run of play on that occasion.
Yeah, definitely. The past sort of 10 minutes or so, Palace have been on the ascendancy, and they'll be ashamed to see that goal go in. But Bromley just held off. Obviously, rode their luck a bit with the two posts being hit. But Bromley, calm, tidy finish there from the trialist. I know he'll be happy with that as he'll continue to look to make an impression on the management. But yeah, Bromley 2 up, and it's good, certainly good for Bromley. Positive signs for Bromley. The fact that we're taking these chances now after creating quite a few in the early stages. When these chances do come, we'll need to take them, especially when the league season does start. So, yeah, that focus really turning to the league season start now. And if the chance does come up, Neil Smith will be expecting these players out there to be taking them.
Absolutely, and he did on that occasion inadvertently. But the ball is now with Myring, who's offside. It was a quick break there from Palace, and Corey Roberts couldn't make the clearance. Looks like Myring has taken a knock here. He's down, and Mark Cousins is straight over, in fairness to him, to check if he's all right. The referee, Dean Skipper, is now as well, and the Palace physio will make his way onto the pitch. If you're just joining us, 20 minutes in, it's Bromley 2, Crystal Palace under-23s 0. The goals coming from James Alabi, about 10 minutes in, and trialist A just a few moments ago. James Alabi not knowing much about his. It was a shot from Forster initially, which was parried by the goalkeeper, Jacob Russell, straight onto the face, I think, not even head,
no,
straight onto the face of James Alabi.
You heard the connection from over here. So.
I think you could see him feeling his nose afterwards. That's going to hurt that one for sure. But great for James Alabi to get his first goal of pre-season after working very hard. And you can see he's a bit more relaxed now. And then the trialist A with the goal a few moments ago to put Bromley 2-0 up. A really good finish off the inside of the post after good work from Rico Hackett-Fairchild.
Yeah, just a break in play here, isn't there?
It is Myring who's still down there. I think he perhaps a friction burn there on the turf, or an awkward landing perhaps. He looks to be all right. He's back to his feet. The physio is looking at him as we speak. And Chris Bush practicing his keepy uppies here, taking the opportunity to do that. Thank you to all of you tuning in this afternoon. I know it's a different time for a Tuesday kick-off for all of you. It's a different time for us as well. Feels strange to be commentating 1 o'clock on a Tuesday, James.
Certainly does. Certainly does. I, for one, could get used to it, though.
Yeah, it's a little lunchtime kick-off.
Yeah,
It's quite nice, isn't it?
Hopefully a few of you doing well to hide the streams from your bosses if you're working in an office, or if you're at home, got it on another screen.
That's the thing, working from home, you know.
Yeah, you can have it on. You can have it on.
And if you can't have us, you know, if you can't have us on the screen all the time, at least you can hear us, James.
Exactly, yeah.
You can have us on in the background, can't you? Hopefully you're all enjoying the stream so far. It is Bromley 2, Crystal Palace 0, as Myring is walking along the touchline here. Not sure if he'll continue or not. I haven't seen any suggestion of a substitute just yet. Just as I say that, one of the subs is getting ready to come off, and I think that's the end of the afternoon for Harrison Myring, the Palace number 9, as a replacement is getting ready now. Here's Corey Roberts with a ball looking for Harry Forster. Doesn't get there. It's a sloppy touch, though, from the number 4 Taylor for Palace, and it's out of play for a Bromley throw-in here to be taken by Liam Vincent. It goes back to Corey Roberts. It looks like it's going to be Aviero to come on if this change is made. Ball from Chris Bush there, not of his usual quality, and it's straight out of play there. Coulson, however tall he could be, had no chance of getting to that. And Palace will make the change. coming off number 9, Harrison Myring. And we're going to see number 21, Brandon Aviero, come to the pitch here. Another Palace youngster who's highly rated. Part of the youth setup for a while now. That's a very sloppy ball from Giddins there, and it's out for a throw to Bromley. Palace looking a bit unsettled at the back in these stages. As we approach the 25th minute here at Hayes Lane, it's Bromley 2, Crystal Palace 0. Throw-in's taken quickly to Coulson. He's got Hackett in support. He goes back to Jack Holland in the right back position at the minute. Holland in field to Purrington. Now Bush playing at centre back today. Finds Corey Roberts. So Jack Holland enjoying his stint at right back today as well. There's a ball over the top. That's a better ball from Bush. And it has to be dealt with there by Honham, and it's out of play for a Bromley throw and a Bromley corner even, and it's a good opportunity to practice the famous set-piece routine here, James.
Yeah, first of the day, and we saw a really well-worked corner routine successfully completed on the weekend.
And against Chelmsford as well, wasn't it?
Absolutely. So, you know, these set-piece routines are a hallmark of this Bromley side. The management team worked tirelessly on them. Mark Hammond, the man that draws them up, so let's see how they do here.
It is Coulson to deliver it in towards Chris Bush, and it's Alabi, and it's a great save there from Russell. Alabi nearly with his second goal. He ghosted in at the back post, and it was a good save in the end from Russell to tip it over the bar. We have seen that substitution made for Palace. Myring has come off and is replaced by Aviero. Another corner from Coulson towards Corey Roberts. It's headed away, and Tom Purrington's going to look to get there, is he? But he's got there. He's done really well to get away from Hale, and here is Purrington in towards Chris Bush. He takes a turn, goes for the shot. It's blocked. It's with the feet of Harry Forster, who is offside. He hits the bar anyway. The flag is raised, and it wouldn't have counted if it went in. But good to see Harry Forster alive to the situation on the edge of the 6-yard box there. Bromley definitely looking threatening from those corners still in the 2 that we've seen. It was a great save from Russell to deny Larby at the back post on the first one. Here is Boateng for Palace. Plays it down the line, looking for Hale, but Roberts cuts it out. And that's a ball in the cricket club. No ball boys, James, are there?
Oh, no. It's another one lost.
It is, isn't it? The throw-in's taken to Russell, the other Russell, Jude Russell, and now Hobbs. Hobbs rolls it forward and enters the centre circle here over the halfway line. Tackled by Larby, and then again by Hackett, and now Larby can get away with the ball here. It's a heavy touch, and he's gone down there, and the foul's given. I think he made a bit of a meal of that. Contact, I don't think there was too much, but the foul is given. And it's going to be Chris Bush to take it. He looks to take it quickly, but his teammate's not in his desired position that he would have liked. He's fed it to Coulson, and now back to Bush. Bush finds Holland. Holland takes a touch to get past Hale, and then plays a ball over the top, looking for Liam Vincent. If he can keep it in, it's just too much on it. It was a really nice idea from Jack Holland there, and Vincent made the run, but it was just ahead of him, and it's out for a throw to Palace, which will be taken by David Boateng. And we have had a couple of footballs here James brought back into us.
It's always good to see.
That's it. It's a ball across field from Palace there, and it's not an accurate one. Straight out of play for a throw to Bromley, which Hackett takes quickly to Coulson. Coulson striding forwards there. He's tripped by Pierrick. That was a poor challenge from Pierrick there. He knew exactly what he was doing. And it will be a free kick to Bromley. Hackett's over this, and so is Coulson, discussing what approach they're going to take for this set piece, but an opportunity to swing one in here.
Yeah, again, great delivery from either of the players. I'm sure there'll be a routine worked out for this one.
The ball's placed down. It's going to be Hackett who takes it left-footed into the box, looking for Corey Roberts, who gets the header, and it's wide. Really, really good ball there from Hackett, and Roberts, who ghosted in the centre of the box, was unlucky there. Got connection on it. I couldn't direct it goalwards, and it's wide. But a really, really good set piece again from Bromley, and we keep saying that in these early stages. Really look to be impressive from the set pieces. And And we're 28 minutes in here. Bromley 2, Crystal Palace 0. As Russell is going to have the goal kick hit. Over the halfway line, it's going to be headed away by Bush. Really good header. Headed away by Hobbs, out for a throw in to Bromley. Coulson's going to take this one. It's over the head of Hannum, who gets a touch on it. It's into the path of Hackett now. Takes a touch, gets round his man and can deliver a ball into the box here. He does, it's towards Forster. But there is Jude Russell to put it over. And out for another corner to Bromley and another chance to threaten here for the home side. And it will be Luke Coulson to deliver this ball, as he has done the last two, with some success. No goal, but 2 chances. 2 good chances at that. And Coulson is going to deliver this one right-footed. In towards the 6-yard box. Roberts gets a head on it again. It's deflected off. Holland there, and it's cleared by Hobbs. And Coulson picks it up here. Coulson finds Hackett. Hackett to try list, and it's gone out off a Palace player there for a throw to Bromley. And Bromley very happy to take that. Another threat from a set piece, James. It just seems to be continuous.
It does.
Coulson there kept it in play. Controlled it with his chest and goes back to Chris Bush. Bush here is going to find Corey Roberts, who's under pressure from Aviero. Back to Bush. Hale now seems to be playing a more striker role as opposed to a winger since Myron came off earlier. It's a great ball forward towards Alabi. Alabi takes his time there and finds Coulson. Coulson's going to drive towards the box now. Coulson finds, tries to find Hackett, and they just didn't communicate there, James, and it peters out.
Well, I think Rico was looking for that ball and just Coulson just overhit it. Shame there, but again, Bromley looking really, really threatening when they do go forward and committing men forward. And you just saw there from Chris Bush to James Alabi, it was one ball, and James was in acres of space to turn and find the pass. So promising signs for Bromley that they're able to break down this Crystal Palace defence.
And James Alabi there chasing down the clearance from Boateng, I think it was, or Russell possibly, and out for a goal kick. Good persistence from him. Just to put this Palace back 4, back 5, including the goalkeeper, under pressure constantly. Russell takes the goal kick towards Honham. It's headed on and reaches Hale, who takes a touch, but the foul is given just this side of the halfway line. And it will be a free kick to Palace, taken, or looked to be taken quickly by Honham. He does take it quickly in the end. It goes back to Russell, Jude Russell, and now Taylor. Taylor with a poor pass. It's cut out by Harry Forster, who cuts in field here and finds Trilist. Bromley now looking to attack. Trilist finds Coulson with a nice ball. Coulson with time and space here. Gets across into the box. It's half cleared by Palace. I think it was Taylor with the clearance there, and Palace now looking to play out from the back. It's a clearance which is easily dealt with there by Roberts ahead of Hale, and Roberts finds Bush. Bush with a ball over the top, looking for the run of Harry Forster, who's onside. He controls it, gets across into the box, and it's spun over the bar in the end there. But really nice ball from Bush. Good control from Forster, just couldn't get the ball into the box there. He didn't have too much time, did he?
No, not at all. And yeah, the ball was running out of play very quickly, so he actually did well to make contact. He looked a bit off balance as well, but the fact that he was unable to actually find someone in the box or get a cross into the area, he'll be a bit disappointed with that. He'll hold himself to high standards, but once again, good to see Bromley breaking down the Crystal Palace lines and getting into that final third on frequent occasion now.
Palace have it here with Giddings. Finds Jude Russell. Here is Liam Vincent with a ball over the top, looking for the arced run of Hackett there, but Russell's going to deal with it. And good persistence there from Hackett. Palace win the throw, but Hackett made it awkward for Russell there. And it looks like it's going to be taken by Boateng. Palace happy to take their time over this one. They're going to try and get it away from the Bromley pressure. 33 minutes gone. It's Bromley 2, Crystal Palace 0 in this first half. Goals from James Alabi and trialist A separating the sides at the minute. It's well headed into the box by Vincent. Chested down by Alabi. It's now Tom Perrington goes for a shot. It's deflected. And cries of handball there for Bromley, but nothing given. And Palace have it with Pierrick. Finds Honham, and now Hale. He's isolated here, plenty of white shirts around him, but he finds Spence. Harry Forster tracking back there to try and dispossess him, and he forces him to check back. Good pressure from Forster there. Here's Giddings. Pass is cut out by Chris Bush. Excellent play from him, and he skips past the challenge, but gives it away then. He just needed to clear the ball in that instance. Held on to it for a little bit too long. And Palace have it again with Giddings, and now Taylor. Taylor with a ball forward, which is played back to Giddings.
And once again, you can just see how Bromley get into that defensive shape. James Alabi standing on the halfway line and everyone else behind the ball.
Here's Taylor for Palace. Heavy touch, and Hackett nearly picks it up, but he manages to get it back to Hobbs. And now Honham goes toe-to-toe with Coulson and goes in field to Taylor again. Taylor with the ball to Aviero. Aviero with a through ball looking for the run of Hale, and it's a great challenge there from Liam Vincent. Really, really good tackle.
Wow.
And that takes confidence, tackle. James, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Diving in inside the area, you have to win those, and he was fully committed, and fair play to Liam. That's great to see.
Chris Bush has given it away, and Palace attack once again. It's a tackle on the edge of the box. Rico Hackett fouls. I think that's Giddings there on the edge of the D. And it's a chance for Palace to have a shot at goal here, James.
Yeah, it's going to be a good opportunity. This one might just be a bit too close to the box, but to get the ball up and down, that is, we'll see. This could open up quite the opportunity for Palace here to get back into the game.
And it looks like it's going to be Aviero, who's the substitute earlier on, came on for the injured Harrison Myring, who's going to take this one. It looks like it'll be a right-footed effort, and he's setting up as if he's going to have a shot. And it's taken low, and a great save from Cousins there.
Really good save.
And I think it was Taylor who had the effort. No, it wasn't. It was Honham who had the effort. We thought Aviero was going to take it, and Honham changed his mind last minute and forces a good save from Mark Cousins. The corner's taken quickly. Finds Aviero. Aviero with a cross into the box. It's easily dealt with by Cousins. Safe hands from him. And Bromley can now look to reset and build from the back as the ball's bowled out to Liam Vincent, who finds Forster in field to Perrington, who slips there. And Palace regain possession. It's a foul there from Perrington. After he slipped, he was keen to get the ball back. And Palace here with another free kick. Not shooting range this one. It's taken quickly by Giddings to Boateng. Back to Giddings. Giddings finds Aviero. It's a ball in towards Hale, and it's well cut out by Corey Roberts. But here is Forster. Has to clear it there. He was under pressure. He does well given the circumstances, and it's now with Hobbs. And Taylor finds Giddings. He's under pressure from Hackett. And Hackett does well there to force him to check back again. And here's Taylor back to Giddings. Now Spence, who's dropped a lot deeper since the substitution was made. Here's Honham. Honham to Hale. Hale looking to get a run at the Bromley defence here. His pass comes off Perrington, who does well to intercept it, and now Hackett has it. Hackett with the ball forwards, looking for the run of Alabi, and it's just cut out there by Hobbs. It was a nice idea, but Hobbs was alert to it and cut the ball out. Here's Aviero. And now Boateng back to Taylor. Now Spence. He plays a ball through towards Aviero, but Cousins is there to come out, advance and get the ball. And again, composure defensively, James from Bromley.
Just breeds confidence, doesn't it, into your defence when you have a goalkeeper, the stature and just the confidence that he brings. Mark Cousins just shown there previously in that save from the free kick, and then from that subsequent corner where he just handled it and then got the attack going. And it's great to see, and I'll keep saying it, we're lucky to have him at this club. Absolutely,
it was a great signing, and he was really unfortunate to be injured for most of last season, made his way back towards the end. But it's a lovely play from Alabi and Coulson and Hackett, and here is Coulson into Perrington. Perrington goes for an attempted cross, but Pierrick is quick to close him down, and it deflects off Pierrick for a throw to Bromley.
Yeah, Coulson in the perfect position to make the cross, but just didn't have enough bodies in the box to aim for, so checked back and then brought Perrington into the game. And yeah, it wasn't enough of a loud shout to warn him of the man on there, so Bromley with the throw-in on the far side.
And it will be Coulson to take this one. Obviously, with the absence of Joe Kizzy, he would normally be taking these. It's taken into Alabi in the box, who's being held. Alabi takes it down. And Alabi there, not able to control the ball. He could have gone back to Coulson there,
yeah, Coulson
allowed the cross.
For it, wasn't he?
And it is a goal kick to Palace. And it's taken quickly out to Boateng. Now Taylor. Play towards Aviero, who picks it up. Now back to Boateng. Infield now to Giddings, who's got a bit of space here. Finds Honeyman even more space. He's going to be closed down here by Hackett. Giddings finds Hale, back to Giddings. So ball over the top looking for Spence. Headed away by Liam Vincent, does really well. And Trialist heads it on and is fouled in the process by Taylor. And Bromley have a free kick midway through their own half as half-time draws ever closer. 7 minutes left of this first half. It's Bromley 2, Crystal Palace 0. Goals from James Alabi and Trialist A. Have Bromley in front here. Here's Chris Bush now. Goes for a long ball over the top. I think that's looking for the run of Coulson, and the keeper's coming out here. It's not in the box though, and goalkeeper Russell has to put it out for a throw-in. Didn't seem to be much communication there between Russell and Honham, the left back. Here's Hackett. And now Trialist. Trialist is tripped there, but he stays on his feet. The referee there, again, not keen to play the advantage as we saw on Saturday. He blows the whistle this time. I think we'll take this one though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is going to be a similar set piece to the one we saw a moment ago by the looks of it.
Certainly will.
Got Coulson and Hackett over it. Depends if we're going for the in or out swinger, doesn't it, I guess?
It does.
It was the in swinger last time. And nearly resulted in a goal. The ball's placed down by Coulson. Hackett's going to step up here. It's in towards the 6-yard box where Holland steams in and just about beaten to it by Russell, the goalkeeper. But again,
has a great knack, Rika, doesn't he, of finding that area in the box where the goalkeeper's too afraid to come and claim it. The defence don't want to drop off that far. It really is a great talent he has of just finding that sweet spot every time. And yeah, hopefully we can see more of that when the season does come around, and Bromley taking advantage of those.
The encouraging thing is, James, Rico is not match fit quite yet, and he's really, you can see that, you know, he needs minutes and time to get back up to what we know he can do, but his footwork is just exceptional, and his delivery of the ball and his intelligence. He's that's such an intelligent player as well.
He really is intelligent, and anything that is instructed to him, he takes on and puts into practice immediately. And you know, if he is needing a breather, he'll just sit off and do his defensive work. But when he does need to be called upon to really get at that defensive back line, he does with full effect.
And Palace have the ball once again here. Rico, of course, delighted to now have the number 11 shirt on his third stint at the club. Here's Spence, finds Boateng on that far side. Being closed down by Forster, goes back to Aviero. And now Giddings. It's cut out by Bromley there, and Harry Forster comes away with it like a bolt of lightning. He's skipped past challenges, and he's going to keep the ball in play here. He tries to get the better of Boateng and does. Cuts in field. Excellent play from Harry Forster, turning defence into attack there for the home side. And that swiftly turned back into defence as the ball goes back. But nonetheless, great work from Harry Forster.
Superb work from him, and it just means that the Bromley defence could have a bit of a breather, get back in position, and now we're just comfortable in possession, looking to find those gaps, find those areas that Palace are weak in, and we can try and exploit. But yeah, just pure pace from Harry Forster, isn't it?
And I think the one thing Neil Smith will want from his team today, aside from the victory, of course, is a clean sheet, which I think we've only had the one so far in pre-season. That's a great ball from Bush to find Coulson, who takes a touch, finds Hackett. Hackett's going to go for a shot here. He deceives his man. Can he get across into the box here? Yes, he can, towards the back post. James Alabi's there. Is headed up in the air by the Palace defence, and then half cleared. It comes to Forster. Good footwork from Forster. Vincent tries to get there, and it's come away for Palace. A foul is given, though, on the edge of the box against Bromley, and Palace have the free kick. But again, every time Harry Forster gets the ball, things just seem to happen.
They do. They really do. And that's what happens. With the absolute pace that he has, it's going to cause so many problems for recovering defenders. They won't be able to get back in and get back into that block and make the decisions to defend and clear their lines. That he's just going to get in behind that and cause them real problems. And if we can keep him fit and obviously make sure that he gets the game time he needs, we're going to have one heck of a player on our hands for the loan deal we have him for.
Absolutely, and a very grounded, really bright young lad as well. And Spence is played through there, but he's offside and doesn't score anyway.
No.
But yeah, a really nice guy, isn't he, as well, and a great character. Just seems really happy to be here and happy to be able to play men's football. And I know one of the first comments he made when he arrived here at Hayes Lane was the pitch and just how excited he is to play on a good quality pitch that's not bobbly and not going to feel the effects of winter.
Suits his play perfectly, doesn't it? Really does.
It does, really does. And Rico as well, for that matter. Ball over the top from Bush, again looking for Coulson, and it reaches him. Coulson with a bit of an awkward touch, but keeps it in play and then sends the cross over the bar. It was always spinning, that ball, wasn't it? And it was going to be difficult for him to deliver it into the box. But nonetheless, another brilliant ball from Chris Bush.
He's found his range, hasn't he, once again?
He has, yeah. He took a few minutes, didn't he? But he's there now. And Trialist closing down his man here, but Palace are still in control with some nice football there. Here's Aviero. And a nice turn from Aviero to deceive Trialist. Aviero towards the halfway line now. Checks back. Finds Giddings. That's a ball over towards Honham here, who picks up possession in the left-back area. Fields it across to Jude Russell, and now Taylor again. A long ball forward looking for Hale. And nowhere near as cold today, James, which is a positive.
No, it is. But just on that one, we've spoken a lot about Corey Roberts' reading of the game, and I think that's a couple of times now he's intercepted the ball when Palace have looked to break the Bromley defensive lines.
Ball over the top looking for Harry Forster. It's not going to get there though. Nice idea from Coulson. Forster called for it, didn't he? He was making that run down the middle, and Coulson spotted him and heard the shout and went for the ball. It was a good ball, but just didn't get to him in the end. And now Palace come away with Giddings. Here's Taylor. Boateng. Back to Taylor. Played forwards to Aviero. Over the top to Spence. He's going to look to take Liam Vincent on here. Opts against it and checks back. Finds Boateng now. Russell once again to his centre-back partner Hobbs. Palace happy to pass the ball around at the back here and wait for the opportunity to come to get the ball forward. Here's Russell. Boateng. Bromley looking organised here. Frustrating Palace. Here's Aviero though with some nice footwork. Tries to throw the ball through towards Hale and does so. He's tussling there with Liam Vincent, and Vincent makes the foul. Making a bit of a meal of the contact there, I think, Hale, but it was a foul from Vincent. He did check him. And it will be a free kick to Palace, not far from the corner flag. Opportunity to deliver a ball into the box here, and Bromley will need to be alert to avoid what happened at Tunbridge.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's just sort of going to be a learning sort of afternoon for Liam Vincent, and playing once again for the first team. Potentially could have just shielded the ball out. He was running away from goal, the Palace attacker there. Didn't really need to give the foul away, so I'm sure that's something he'll add to his game.
And this possibly will be the last action of the first half, as we are beyond the 45th minute now. One more chance for Palace to halve the deficit on the stroke of half-time and get back into this game. Hale is down receiving treatment at the moment from the Palace physio. He's still on the pitch though, so Palace are unable to take the set piece yet. And it looks like when they do take it, it'll be Aviero to deliver the ball into the box. But Hale still receiving treatment there. And Palace, like I say, unable to take the set piece until Hale comes off the pitch, which the physio is doing now. And he'll be treated on the sidelines for a moment. And this could be the last action of the first half. It is a free kick to Palace, floated in by Aviero, headed away by Coulson. And that is half-time, and it's Bromley 2, Crystal Palace 0 here at the break. An early goal from James Alabi. Didn't know much about it. It was a shot from Harry Forster after he created the opportunity and engineered the space Parried by the goalkeeper, Jacob Russell, straight into the face of James Alabi, who didn't know much about it, but was in the right place at the right time, and he couldn't miss, even if he tried. And that was 1-0, and then a few moments later, 20 minutes into the game, a trialist A with a good finish for Bromley, in off the post. A half volley from the just inside the box after good work from Hackett Fairchild to engineer the position. And Bromley have a 2-goal lead at half-time. We'll be back with you in the second half. Welcome back, everybody, to Bromley FC Live. And we are underway in the second half here. Bromley versus Crystal Palace under 23s, and it's currently 2-0 to Bromley. We've seen one change at the break for Bromley. Ben Williamson has replaced Rico Hackett-Fairchild. And I believe a couple of changes made for Crystal Palace. Sam Woods is on. And possibly one other as well. We'll try and find that out for you in a moment. And a Bromley in possession here with Chris Bush. Long ball over the top, looking for Liam Vincent. Heads it in, but Sam Woods is there to pick up possession. Finds his goalkeeper with a bit of an awkward pass, but it's out to Hobbs. And it looks like Jude Russell has come off. And Sam Woods has replaced him. And we've also seen Rob Street come on up top. Just try and find out who's come off.
Nice early attacking intent though there.
It is, isn't it?
Press. Ben Williamson forcing the throw in.
And Bromley here thwarted as they look to come forward. And I think it's Luke Coulson to take this free kick. Or Chris Bush, or one of the two. Chris Bush is going to make his way into the box here. It looks like Boateng is off for Palace and Street is on, and looks like a change of shape as the ball comes into the box. It's not the best delivery from Coulson. It will find Williamson though, who lets it bounce, and Palace are able to clear with Pierrick, who gets the better of Jack Holland, keeps the ball and floats it towards Hale. Headed away though by Forster, does really well. Bush on the ball here with a flick over the shoulder, cleared away by Woods. Taken down by Liam Vincent. Good footwork from him, does really well. Now Corey Roberts finds Chris Bush. And now Jack Holland playing at right back today. Finds Coulson. Coulson now with a bit of space to come forward. Infield to Purrington. Purrington finds Williamson, or Williamson lets it go for Coulson. Is he going to go for an early cross? No, he's not. He finds Purrington. Williamson back to Purrington. Gets a low cross into the box here towards Forster. Forster gets his foot on it. Still on the edge of the box with Bromley. Here's Liam Vincent. Vincent is tackled there by Aviero, who has done well since he's come on in the first half. Cleared away by Woods up towards Street. But Bush is going to get there first. And awkward header from Bush, though. It doesn't get to Corey Roberts. And Street was there lurking. But it's taken a deflection and made its way back to Mark Cousins, who tries to find Ben Williamson and does. Williamson knocks it back to Coulson. Coulson cuts infield and goes back to Jack Holland. And now it's back with Cousins once again. If you're just joining us in this second half, we're 3 minutes in. It's Bromley 2, Crystal Palace 0. Both goals in the first half. One from James Alabi and one from Trialist Day. One change at half-time for Bromley. Rico Hackett making way for Ben Williamson. Good tackle there from Vincent. Brave from him as Palace come forward again.
You can see there once again when Bromley are out of possession, the back five dropping in, and then the midfield just sitting in front of them looking to create quite a flat line of defence.
Palace have changed shape as well, haven't they? It was Honham who came off for Sam Woods. It wasn't Russell. He's still on the pitch. As Palace look to attack here, it's a good tackle from Coulson, and now Tom Purrington has some space. He floats the ball over the top looking for James Alabi. Is he going to get there? Yes, he does. He gets there. He nicks it past his man, but he's crowded out in the end, and it's straight through to the goalkeeper. But a nice idea from Purrington there.
Yeah, and Alabi got there first, didn't he? And obviously the keeper just came out and then checked backwards. So I don't know whether Alabi was trying to line up a sort of chip and then thought twice about it, and obviously the defence caught up with him. But yeah, positive signs again early in this second half. Bromley looking to get forward when they can and resolute in defence when they are up against the Crystal Palace attackers.
And good work from Forster there to regain possession, engineers it out to Coulson. Coulson now finds Williamson, who's got Aviero, Pierrick I should say, close quarters. Good touch from Coulson though, he can get a ball into the box here. Luke Coulson in towards James Alabi, and it's across the face of goal. And there was no finishing touch in the end. Almost a shot that one, wasn't it? It was really, really close to the goal, and James Alabi expecting it to be pulled back a little bit more. Wasn't in the position to tap it home, and that would have been 3-0.
Really nice move, and great to see Luke Coulson venturing into the box. When he does, he'll cause problems.
Here's Aviero. Long ball forward looking for the run of Street. It's going to be dealt with by Corey Roberts there, who gets it back to his goalkeeper, Mark Cousins, as well. Street looking a physical presence up front now, which was something I think Palace missed in the first half. And it's with Roberts once again. Now, Chris Bush. Chris Bush was going to go for a ball over the top. He does at the second attempt, and it tries to find Harry Forster, who's fouled there. The challenge was late from Sam Woods. And it will be a free kick to Bromley, and again an opportunity here, James. Potentially shooting range from there. Awkward angle, but also another chance to whip in a dangerous set piece, as we saw in the first half.
Shouts of brilliant Harry from the bench. Harry Forster once again proving too much to handle for the Palace defenders. Drawing in the fouls. It's going to be such a big part of his game, earning Bromley free kicks. And once again, it's going to be that duo of Chris Bush and Luke Coulson to potentially set up this cross. You'd have thought it'd be the right foot of Luke Coulson to whip it in.
And the height of Bush in the box.
There we go.
No Rico Hackett in the second half, as we can see. So it is Coulson on free kick duty for this one.
Bush and Alabi free at the back post if he can make it there.
Coulson does float into the back post where Holland is waiting, and it's just about cleared by Palace, but it finds its way to Chris Bush on the far side, who skips past the challenge, gets a low ball into the box. Alabi with the effort. Didn't know much about it. And now Palace come away with it as it's blocked. It's Hale on the ball now. Heavy touch from him and a foul from Alabi. And it will be a free kick to Palace. It's taken way ahead of where it was given, which is inside their own half. And the referee, Dean Skipper, calls it back. It was a foul from James Alabi. Clumsy, that one.
Yeah, certainly was. He took one for the team there. As Palace looked to break away, dangerous, had men forward. So, you know, in terms of game management, that's something that I'm sure the management will like to see from the players. But, you know, when it does start bringing yellow cards to important players on the pitch, I think we'd rather get men behind the ball and defend it rather than give away fouls. But the fact that it was in Palace's half, you know, means no harm to us. So good to see that. Long
ball over the top, looking for Pierrick. Is let run by Coulson, who's going to try and shepherd it out for a goal kick here, and he's bundled over by Pierrick. And the goal kick's given anyway.
To those watching today, if you do see people in the Glyn Beverley stand, we'll clear that up. That is actually scholars from our academy who've been invited,
and coaches as well, isn't it?
Invited to come in and watch the game this afternoon after having their sessions this morning. So, learning from the first team, you know, completely in practice there, watching it firsthand. It's actually quite a unique thing to have. You know, on match days we would have obviously had some scholars in, but the fact that we've got whole teams up there, it's great to see.
And obviously Liam Vincent, one of their own.
Yeah,
he'll have
plenty of classmates up there watching him on, and I'm sure they'll be impressed with how he's played this afternoon.
Done really well, hasn't he?
He really has.
And of course, the remaining people in that stand are the Crystal Palace substitutes. As the ball is out of play for a Bromley throw here. Coulson, back to Purrington, back to Coulson. Holland lumps it forward into the box, or towards the box. Forster's going to get there. He does really well. Tries to work it to Vincent, but he didn't get enough on it. It's an awkward ball to control, but he's pressuring the defence here, Forster. Although Palace managed to come away. And here is Aviero. Now Giddings. Played forwards to Hale, back to Giddings. Long ball forward in towards Street. It's a good tackle from Bush, but Spence has it. Balls into the box and Hale well over the bar. And that's 3 points, isn't it?
It is. Technique all wrong there, leaning back, opened up his boot. Whereas you just want to use the pace that was on that delivery there to just guide it into the goal. So he'll be annoyed with himself for that one, because that was actually a really good opportunity, and probably the first time that Crystal Palace had a clear sight on goal in this second half. Yet to respond to obviously Bromley's 2 goals already on the scoreboard at the minute. But nonetheless, have been playing some nice stuff and have changed up their system in this second half, going a bit more direct with Streets up top.
And it is good to see this fixture taking place, isn't
it? Really
is. Albeit behind closed doors, it is something of a tradition here at Bromley to have Crystal Palace in pre-season. And of course, we saw it last year with the opening of the Glyn Beverley stand and a 1-0 win thanks to Joe Kizzy.
Absolutely. And it does often take place right before the season starts. It's always a great leveller for Bromley, and getting geared up for the ferocity and intensity of the league season start. It's always a great test, and yeah, pleasure to have Crystal Palace here, and we thank them for obviously coming down and playing us this afternoon.
Here is try list. Good play from Williamson there to find Corey Roberts, who's got space here. Shouts of going for a shot. He's giving it away, but so have the Palace defence. Here's Purrington. It's too much on that pass from Purrington, and it's behind Vincent and out for a throw. All seemed to slow down to walking pace there for a brief moment, and as I said, the pass just too much on it for Vincent to keep in, and Palace have it again. Alabi pressuring the goalkeeper Russell here, and here's Hobbs on the ball, being pressured by Williamson. Really nice touch there from Hobbs to deceive Williamson and keep possession. It was a very risky move, but it paid off. Here's Pierrick now. Back to Russell, who leaves James Alabi on his front. Now Giddings towards the halfway line. Finds Woods, the substitute, at half-time. Back to Giddings. Now Aviero. Back into Woods. Hobbs. Russell. Now infield into the centre circle with Giddings again. He's got Aviero out wide and he finds him. Aviero has a Vincent to take on here. He drifts infield and goes back to Giddings. Very patient play from Palace here. So cross comes in looking for Pierrick. It's dealt with by Coulson, or half dealt with, and then half cleared by Bromley, but Purrington can come away with it now and finds James Alabi, who, if he can get a march on, could spark an attack, but he goes back and gives the ball away. Second time we've seen it in this game. Here's Spence. Cuts in field. He's going to go for a shot here, is he, Spence? He's got space on the edge of the box. Checks in again and finds Hale. Hale with a left-footed shot towards goal, and Mark Cousins manages to save it. It's on the line. And I'm not sure what's happening here. Palace calling for the goal to be given. That was never over the line. Cousins held it. And you can see, certainly didn't go over the goal line, but Palace not happy about that one. The ball's rolled out to Tom Purrington, who has a bit of space here. Finds Coulson. He's probably looked to attack. It's a ball down the line looking for James Alabi, who has to take on Hobbs here. He takes a touch and carries on going forward. Turns back. Finds Coulson with a good ball. Coulson in a bit of space. Finds Purrington. Bodies closing down the Bromley players now as they have to turn back. And go back to Jack Holland. And now Chris Bush. Corey Roberts here with some space to run into. Finds Liam Vincent. Vincent with a cross into nobody. Straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. That was a bit premature, that one.
Yeah, probably crossing just a bit too from deep there, and couldn't really wind up and generate the power that he would normally get if he's on the front foot. He'll be disappointed with that one, but Bromley back into their defensive shape, and I think we'll potentially start seeing some more Bromley substitutions.
Yes, Ollie Tanner's getting warmed up, but Hale is into the box here. He's got a march on Corey Roberts, and it's brave from Mark Cousins there to dive in at his feet and get the ball. Really good anticipation from the Bromley number one. And goalkeeping coach Andy Little, the new goalkeeping coach, watching on from the sidelines, will be pleased with that. As with pretty much all he's seen from Cousins this afternoon, which has been encouraging, hasn't it? As Cousins takes the goal kick. Taken down by Alabi, does really well to hold on to it and finds Coulson. Alabi's in the home dugout at the minute. Needs to get himself forward here as Bromley look to attack. Here's Corey Roberts back in his own half, drifts into the opposition half, finds trialist A. Infield to Purrington. Purrington has Coulson in support. He goes for Holland. Holland now to Coulson. Keeps it in play. Finds Alabi in the box with a nice ball. Alabi holds off his man. Gets the ball in towards Williamson, but it's cleared. I think it was Hobbs with the clearance in the end, and it's a corner to Bromley here. Another opportunity to cause a threat to Palace. And I think Ollie Tanner will be entering the field shortly. Wonder who'll be coming off, James.
I think it's Harry Forster.
And what an afternoon he's had. Really impressive from him once again. And like I say, look forward to now seeing him in competitive action and improving each week, getting fitter, getting used to how we play. And you are right, James, it is Harry Forster coming off to be replaced by Ollie Tanner, who enters the field ahead of this corner. I wonder if that's a like-for-like change. I wonder whether we'll see Ollie play on the wing today, or whether it's a slight change in shape for Bromley. Nonetheless, Ollie Tanner is on the field and comes into the box for this set piece. Only Tom Purrington and Liam Vincent are back for Bromley. It will be Coulson to take this one. Looks like an outswinger, it is, towards the centre spot. Corey Roberts is there. It's headed away, though, and a foul's given against Bromley. And it will be taken quickly by Russell, the goalkeeper. Out to Taylor. Now Russell. He's left Tanner on his front there as Pierrick comes forward with it. Has space here, Pierrick. Out to Aviero. Williamson's now tracking back. Aviero gets the cross in. It's not a very good cross at all. And it's well over the bar and out for a goal kick to Bromley. But Palace reminding Bromley there, James, of how quickly they can break.
Yeah, certainly can. Lots of pace in their team, and the change of direction caught Ollie Tanner on his heels there. He's just been introduced to the game, so not up to the speed of play just yet. But yeah, Bromley going to have to stay alert in these final stages of the game. Final half an hour entering now.
And it looks like, James, the commentator's nightmare is about to be realised. It looks like mass changes for Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
so
certainly
we'll try and keep you abreast of those. Here's Coulson for Bromley. Back to Holland. Jack Holland and Luke Coulson both doing coaching within the club's academy now, which is great to see. Furthering their knowledge of the game and inspiring the youngsters here at the club. And here is one of them, Coulson on the ball again. Floats across in towards Ben Williamson, who gets there and wins the flick on, but nobody's there to profit from it. And it's cleared. Out to Coulson, takes a good touch. Finds Purrington. Purrington to Alabi, and he can't control the ball, and it's out of play for a throw. But before then, Palace will make 5 changes, I think it is, by the looks of it.
6, Matt, to add to your woes.
And it looks like a drinks break as well, which makes things even worse because we've got no idea. I think Scott Banks is coming on there. J. Rich Bagaloo as well, the former Welling defender, was picked up from Welling by Palace actually last season. And we've seen Giddings and Spence go off as well, and Hobbs is off too. Banks, J. Rich Bagaloo, 2 of the players coming on. Also Kian Flanagan, Alfie Matthews and Naya Kirby. Also coming on is Malachi Boateng. And I think that takes us to all the subs that have been made, James. I think I've done okay there.
Done very well then, Matt.
So it is now pretty much a completely different Palace side that started the game, other than the goalkeeper and the centre-back, who is now playing as a wing-back, Russell. Both Russells are still on the pitch for Palace. Everybody else has changed. The ball's headed into Alabi, and it's a foul there given. I think that was the correct decision there from referee Dean Skipper, as Ben Williamson didn't have much chance there of progressing.
No, he was completely outnumbered, no one in the box. So I think Bromley will welcome the free kick that they have here.
And it looks like Bushy's going to take this one, James. Coulson's over there as well.
Yeah.
Wonder if we will see any more changes made for Bromley this afternoon. Still plenty of players on the bench.
Majority of those were the ones that have been sort of starting
playing
quite regularly. So you think a rest today.
And it is going to be Chris Bush into the box. It's a shot and it's into the net. What a goal from Chris Bush! And I thought that might have crept wide, but it was in at the near post. Chris Bush deceiving the goalkeeper, Jacob Russell, at his near post. Really well struck effort with his left foot, Chris Bush. And it's Bromley 3, Crystal Palace 0.
Wow, Matt, what an effort that was.
It was a fantastic strike from Chris Bush. Connected with it really, really well. Not bad for a centre-back,
Not at all.
And he's really pleased. You can see the smile on his face there, Chris Bush. He's pleased with himself, and rightly so. That was a fantastic effort. And it is 3-0 to Bromley, as we see the substitute keeper come onto the pitch now. And I believe that is Ollie Webber. And Jacob Russell's afternoon is over, just as he concedes that 3rd goal. And it is now a completely different Palace side to the one that started the game, other than Jude Russell. The ball is now with Flanagan. Played it to Boateng, and now Aviero. Back to Boateng. Finds J. Rich Bagaloo. And now Russell. Back to Bagaloo. Here is Woods. Boateng, and now Kirby. It's shackled there by the trialist, and Alabi comes forwards now. Trialist played in towards Ben Williamson on the edge of the box here. Cuts inside, and his shot, he set himself wrong. His shot's wide. But a really good bit of defensive play there from the trialist, and Purrington to win the ball in the middle of the park, and then it was fed towards Williamson, and he just didn't get his connection right on the ball, and the shot's well wide in the end. But another chance created for Bromley there. It's not a good goal kick from Webber, the substitute goalkeeper. It's straight to Liam Vincent, who comes into the box now. Can he get it back across the face of goal? He can, but it's gathered there by Webber, who makes up for his earlier error. Not a good clearance at all, and it was given away straight back into Bromley possession. But here is Boateng. That's Malachi Boateng, not David. For Palace, it's played in towards Flanagan, but Roberts deals with it and gets the header out for the corner, or throw in, I should say. Taken quickly by Flanagan to Aviero, and now Boateng. Kirby. Kirby with a crossfield ball, looking for Banks on that far side. Plays it in towards the box. Ollie Tanner's there, manages to get half a clearance in, finds Purrington, who gets the second clearance in. Here's Coulson, only Alabi and Williamson ahead of him. Infield to Tanner. Tanner with the ball to Williamson. Williamson tries to lift it over the top, and it's a handball there from, I think it was J. Rich Bangaloo. And it will be a free kick to Bromley, midway inside the Crystal Palace half. .67 minutes gone here. It's Bromley 3, Crystal Palace 0. Goals in the first half from James Alabi and Trialist A. Added to a few moments ago, a fantastic free kick from Chris Bush, beating the goalkeeper at his near post for 3-0. Plenty of changes in this second half for Crystal Palace. Just the two for Bromley. Ollie Tanner and Ben Williamson on in place of Rico Hackett and Harry Forster. Lovely ball from Tanner in towards Alabi. It's a good tackle though. Good challenge there from Woods to get in just before Alabi could make a connection with the ball, and Woods times his challenge well, and it's a throw there to Bromley, level with the edge of the box. But all in all, James, so far this afternoon, 68 minutes gone, an impressive display from Bromley.
Certainly has been, and I think now it'll all be about that clean sheet for the management team and Neil. They've shown that when they go forwards, they can cause trouble. And when they do create chances, they'll score. So now it's about being resolute in defence. I wonder if we'll see any changes in that defence, as they'll certainly look to target that clean sheet now.
Tanner there losing the ball from the throw-in and commits a foul on the edge of the Palace box, and Palace have a free kick which is taken by Russell straight to Woods. And now Aviero seems to be playing a more defensive role in this second half. Woods now to Kirby. Kirby turns and can now move the ball forward. It's a poor touch from Kirby, and Alabi nearly gets in there but can't time his challenge well. And Kirby manages to spare his own blushes and keeps the ball. Banks there, giving it away to Purrington. It's come off a Palace player there, and it will be a throw to Bromley.
I think we are going to see some more substitutes, Matt.
We are indeed.
Michael Cheek, Billy Bingham and Frankie Raymond look like they're ready to come on.
Just to get a few minutes in the tank, a few more minutes, as you said, James. All those players, apart from Raymond, have been starting the pre-season fixtures, and Raymond, just making his way back from an injury, has started the past two, I think, hasn't he? And also obviously started the first pre-season game against Grey Wanderers. Number 19 there for Palace, Alfie Matthews, was down but is now back to his feet. Tanner picks up possession and finds Jack Holland, who plays it to Chris Bush. Bush with a long ball forwards, looking for Coulson. It's an excellent ball. Coulson can't quite take it in his stride, but he still has the ball. Coulson with a cross, an attempted cross into the box. It's ricocheted off the Palace player and then back onto Coulson, and it will be a goal kick to Palace. But again, just vision from Chris Bush there was outstanding.
Certainly was. And to have someone playing in defence with that delivery, and you only have to look to the performances of Byron Webster also in this pre-season campaign. He has similar attributes in terms of that crossfield diagonal ball. It's great that we have two players that can offer that now. And substitutes are beginning to happen now, Matt.
And it is James Alabi off for Michael Cheek, Tom Purrington off for Frankie Raymond, and Trialist A off for Billy Bingham. Trialist A will be pleased with his afternoon, as will James Alabi. A goal for each of them, and Tom Purrington with another encouraging display. Really battled hard in the middle of the park. And Bromley now have 3 established first-team players on the pitch again. Great strength in depth this year. As J-Rich Bagaloo has the ball now for Palace. Finds Banks by the home dugout. Pumps the ball forward looking for the run of Matthews. It's straight through to Cousins though. Cousins finds Raymond, who's in space here in the middle of his own half. Finds Corey Roberts. And Roberts back to Bush. Bush now to Holland, the former Crystal Palace player, of course, all those years ago. Initially joined Bromley on loan back in their 2012, 11-12 season, I think it was, and subsequently has signed permanently and become a legend, as well as a captain, and Bromley's highest appearance holder in this squad at the moment. Longest serving player, as Chris Bush goes for another ball over the top, looking for Cheek this time. Cheek wins the flick on. It's just ahead of Tanner, though. He manages to get a foot on it, but only to the Palace defence. Picked up by Williamson. Now Raymond. Raymond tries to find Tanner, and the ball's intercepted by Palace, and they come away with it now. With Woods and now Bagaloo. Now Russell. Back to Bagaloo. Finds Woods once again. And now Aviero being chased down there by Vincent. Finds Flanagan, and Williamson intercepts the pass back there. And it's a throw to Palace, taken quickly to Kirby. Kirby finds Bagaloo again. Palace once again happy to pass it about and wait for the break. I think Joe Kizzy's getting warmed up, James, as well. Essentially a rest for Jack Holland coming up. Coulson there with an acrobatic clearance. It only finds Flanagan, though, in the middle of the park. Williamson tracks back to try and tackle him. He can't get there, though. Boateng finds Matthews. Matthews with the ball into the box. Dealt with there by Corey Roberts. Calmly heads it back to Mark Cousins in the Bromley goal, who's had a good afternoon. Here's Bingham. Very impressive player in pre-season so far for Bromley. Long ball forward by Coulson, looking for the run of Michael Cheek. Bagaloo is there to head it back to Webber, the substitute goalkeeper for Crystal Palace. And it's quickly distributed to Woods, who finds Aviero. Back to Woods as he's closed down by Vincent. Now Bagaloo takes a touch inside and finds Aviero in a bit more space now. Vincent is quick to close him down again, though, and he's forced him to go back. Great energy from Liam Vincent in this game, James. It's great to see such maturity, as we always say, from Vincent.
Absolutely, and you know, this will be another step in his journey as he continues his player development, and a really positive performance once again, and no doubt he'll be continuing to impress Neil Smith and the management team, and he'll be learning throughout the season off Chris Bush and Jack Holland and Byron Webster and Alan Dunn, and I'm sure he'll continue to do really well in the under-23s as well under Roger Johnson. So a big season ahead for Liam.
We saw at half-time as he was coming down the tunnel just after committing the foul that led to the Palace free kick. Webster was having a chat with him and trying to give him some advice, which is great to see. That's what you bring a player like Byron Webster in for, not just his on-field presence, but his ability to coach the younger players and pass on his vast knowledge and experience of the game. Linesman Ian Bentley, they wanted to make the substitution for Bromley, but the referee plays on, and Joe Kizzy will have to wait as he's ready to come on. And if it's a like-for-like change, it will see Jack Holland come off. But we will see in a few moments as Holland plays a ball forward, looking for the run of Williamson. There's a bit too much on it, although Bagaloo takes an unconvincing touch here. He pulls Williamson back. Here's Williamson into Cheek. Michael Cheek, and it's a great goal. And that was all about the persistence of Ben Williamson there, who did fantastically well to set Michael Cheek up. And with his first-time effort, he beats Ollie Webber, and it's 4-0 to Bromley. And a really encouraging display from the Ravens this afternoon. Michael Cheek keeps up his fantastic form in pre-season with another goal. And excellent work there from Ben Williamson to enable him to have the shot. And it is going to be Jack Holland to come off for Coulson.
Great work there from Ben Williamson, and unselfishly passing the ball to Michael Cheek, who's only been on the pitch for a matter of minutes. Didn't lack any match sharpness there, powering the ball into the net with his right foot. Great for Bromley this, a real confidence boost ahead of the season. And it will be now even more of a focus to secure that clean sheet this afternoon.
Definitely.
The fact that we've scored 4 goals, it will be about keeping that other tally down to 0.
100% James, as Palace have brought on an more experienced side, if anything, in this second half.
Yes, certainly some established names in the under-23 side, some that have been with Palace through, I'm pretty sure, from the youth setups. You know, certainly names that we've come across before in pre-season friendlies when we have played the 23s and first team alike.
And it looks like Chris Bush is playing on the right side of the defensive 3 now, with Kizzy in the centre. Here's Bingham with a nice ball forward looking for Williamson. It doesn't get there though, but Bromley have it with Frankie Raymond, the captain now, after Jack Holland came off. And Vincent there tussling with Aviero, and it's out of play there. It will be a Palace throw. It's taken quickly to Woods. Here's Kirby for Palace, who finds Aviero again, who skips past the challenge of Vincent there. Good footwork from him. Now Flanagan. Flanagan down the line looking for Street, but Kizzy's there to quell the danger and finds Cousins in goal.
Yeah, Bromley continue to operate the 3 at the back in the second half with Liam Vincent as a left wing back and Coulson right wing back, and it's worked really well during this game, and I'm sure it'll breed lots of confidence.
Long ball falls from Bush, picked out by Williamson. Here's Ollie Tanner. Opportunity to shoot here. Tanner goes for the shot and it's just wide. And another chance there for Bromley to add some further gloss to the scoreline, but Ollie Tanner with the left-footed shot just wide of Webber's goal in the end. And Palace come away with it from the goal kick. Here's Bagaloo. And Russell now. It's a poor ball from Russell into Cheek. Cheek's in the box here, takes a sidestep. Michael Cheek, he's narrowed his angle. And that's a goal kick there. Michael Cheek, you would have thought he'd have had the shot there, given the confidence he'll have from his excellent pre-season so far. He opted to have a few more touches and ran the ball out of play in the end. And Palace have a goal kick, which is taken to Woods. Finds Kirby now. Kirby with a crossfield ball, looking for Banks. Takes a touch off his knee. Manages to keep possession with some nice footwork and finds Matthews back to Banks. Banks with the ball forward. It's off the back of Coulson. And Bromley retain possession. That's going to be a throw to Bromley. I thought that was a Palace throw personally. It came off Coulson by the looks of it, but the referee, Dean Skipper, gives it Bromley's way. And I think, James, we're going to see Ben Allen coming on shortly. An encouraging afternoon for Luke Coulson as well, as he looks to regain some match fitness.
Certainly is. He's obviously lacked a bit of game time in pre-season, so he'll be welcoming the start and potentially a full 90 minutes this afternoon.
And that was a foul there on Matthews. I think it was Bingham with the challenge. And it will be an opportunity for Palace to get bodies in the box here. They've got a bit more height than they had in the first half, that's for sure. Banks is up there along with Bagaloo, Flanagan and Woods. And Russell's making his way up as Matthews is still down, receiving treatment. Thank you to all of you tuning in to us this afternoon. We know it's an unusual time for a game, but here we are, bringing you the coverage. 80 minutes in and it's Bromley 4, Crystal Palace 0. Goals from James Alabi, Trialist A, Chris Bush and Michael Cheek. Making for a really comfortable afternoon for Bromley overall. Palace have been threatening at times. And Mark Cousins has had to be alert on a few occasions, but Bromley with the 4 goals and no response so far as Palace look to get on the score sheet here. And it's going to be Banks to deliver this one, left-footed into the box, headed away by Vincent. And Coulson's going to try and prevent the corner here. And he does. Out for a throw there, and I don't think we're getting that ball back. It's in the tree on the far side behind the stadium. We need another football. Wonder who'll come off now, James, for Ben Allen. Perhaps Luke Coulson. has played the whole game so far. And it will be a throw to Palace. Level with the 6-yard box, really. Oh, he's given the corner, has he? Yeah, he looks to have given the corner. No, the throw. We were right. It will be Russell to take it. He does take it to Matthews. It's a poor touch from Matthews. Straight out of play for another throw now, this time to Bromley. And we will see 2 changes made here for Bromley. Ben Allen and Trialist B will be coming on. And it will be Liam Vincent coming off.
Luke Coulson, the other one, I think, Matt.
Yes, as predicted. And it looks like we'll be seeing Tarek Najir come on as well for his first action of pre-season. And Mark Cousins, indeed, making his way off. So all substitutions now Bromley made, apart from Byron Webster, who is probably having a well-deserved rest this afternoon after having played a lot of Bromley's pre-season games so far. Manager Neil Smith not wanting to risk any injuries in this game ahead of the hopeful season start in the next week. Throw-ins taken by Kizzy, headed away by Russell, and it will be another throw to Bromley here. Cousins' afternoon isn't quite over as he's gone to fetch the ball on the other side of the advertising boards. Although another ball is now in play and the throw will be taken from Kizzy to Bingham, now to Corey Roberts. Corey Roberts finds Ben Allen with a nice pass. Allen with a good bit of footwork there, but he's tackled. Flanagan is there, but Williamson wins it back. Here's Raymond, back to Corey Roberts. Corey Roberts with a long ball forward looking for Cheek, headed away by Woods. And Raymond there tussling with Flanagan for possession. Flanagan gets away from him, and it's a foul there, given on Flanagan. And it looks like it'll be Flanagan to take the set piece. Or maybe not, as Banks makes his way over. It will be Banks to deliver this one left-footed. And potentially the first bit of action for Tarek Najir to deal with here. We've seen the threat from set pieces for Bromley. How about Palace? Here comes the ball. It's headed in. Oh, towards the goal and comes off the crossbar. The third time Palace have hit the woodwork today.
That was a superb effort. Great delivery as well. Pace and power on the ball, and all they needed to do was just direct it goalwards, and that they did. But unfortunately for them, just skimming the crossbar.
And the trialist for Bromley is wearing the blank shirt, trialist B, just for those of you tuning in. Looks to be playing in the wing position. As Bush floats the ball over towards Cheek. Cheek doesn't win the flick on, he's beaten to it that time, which is rare. Here's Banks, looking to get away from Raymond, checks back and finds Javiero on this near side. Javiero's got Kirby in support, he opts to go back to Banks. Now Javiero again. Cuts in field and finds Boateng. Back to Javiero and now Woods. Woods with the crossfield ball to Jude Russell. Takes it on his chest, controls the ball and finds Flanagan. Bromley trialist there, trying to get the ball and just about missing out. Here's Bagaloo with the ball to Woods, and Ben Williamson was closing them down there, forcing them to go back once again. He's been very lively since coming on, Ben Williamson, and of course pivotal in that last goal. It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for him. It was Cheek with the excellent finish, but the build-up was all about the persistence of Ben Williamson.
He's had a good pre-season, hasn't he?
He has, hasn't he? Yes.
And it bodes well for the season.
Here is Boateng to Kirby. Kirby into the centre circle. Finds Matthews, who's fouled there by Ben Allen. Not the first time Ben Allen's committed a foul in pre-season. He's not afraid, is he, to go for the challenges. And Najir there calling out to his defence. Being vocal, which is what you want to see from your goalkeeper. and he'll be playing the last few minutes here for Bromley as Cousins come off earlier. It's floated in by Banks, and it's not the best delivery over the head of Street, and out for a goal kick to Bromley. And it will be Najir to take this goal kick. Looks like he's going to play it short to Bush. Bush is very close to him, he does. Bush now back occupying the heart of the defence for Bromley. It's a long ball forward looking for the run of Ollie Tanner. Russell is there, it comes off his foot, and he manages to control it, in fairness, Russell, and then get rid of the ball. It's not the best clearance though, it's straight out of play for a throw, which will be taken by Joe Kizzy. Kizzy finds Raymond. Raymond just about manages to keep it from Street and goes back to Bush. Bush now to his defensive partner of this afternoon, Roberts, who hoofs the ball forward looking for Cheek. It does reach Cheek. Cheek's still on the ball here. He finds Tanner. Tanner to Raymond. Raymond's got options here. He finds Ben Allen. Ben Allen with a cross into the box. Bagaloo clears it. Comes to Billy Bingham, who takes a good touch and is then fouled. It's a free kick to Bromley. Crystal Palace not happy with that one. But an opportunity here to shoot from distance, James, potentially, as it's quite central, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, and Chris Bush will be fancying his chances once more after scoring earlier on in this game from a direct free kick. I wonder if he'll just let someone else have a go, though.
Looks like Frankie Raymond wants it. Chris Bush is there, though, and he's...
As is Ben Allen.
Let's see if he gets his way. But, yeah, Ben Allen is shaping up as if he's going to strike it. And it will be Ben Allen to strike it. It's not the best effort, and it's over the bar. You can afford to do that when you're 4-0 up, James.
Yeah, certainly.
Here's Boateng. Back to Bagaloo, who's under pressure here from Ben Williamson. Has to release it quickly to Aviero. Full of energy, Ben Williamson, since coming on. Aviero finds Boateng, now Kirby. Back to Woods, who's swapped places with Bagaloo in the central defensive area for Palace. Played forwards by Russell looking for Banks, but it's nowhere near him. And it's out for a throw to Bromley. In these final few minutes here. About 3 minutes left to play. Thank you to all of you who joined us this afternoon. It is Bromley 4, Crystal Palace 0 at this stage. Floated ball from Bush finds Ben Allen. Allen there is fouled, pulled back by Aviero. Not sure how you can protest that one, James.
Neither.
Seems to think he's innocent, but he's clearly pulled him back there. And it will be Raymond to take this one. Trialist B on the far side is calling out for it. Don't think Raymond spotted him. He goes back to Roberts, who finds Chris Bush. Now back to Najir in the Bromley goal. Najir finds Joe Kizzy. Back to Bingham. Bromley under a bit of pressure here. Najir's going to have to clear it, and he does so towards Michael Cheek. Doesn't win the flick on, but picks up possession. Strength there from Michael Cheek. Here's Ollie Tanner. Plays it towards Trialist B, who's going to take his man on here. Nearly beats him. He gets the ball past him, but Woods retains possession for Palace and plays it off Trialist for a throw to Crystal Palace by their own corner flag on the far side. All in all, James, I don't think Neil Smith's going to have too much to highlight areas of concern-wise this afternoon.
No, I don't think so. I think he'll be impressed with all of the performances today. He has got out exactly what he needed from a lot of the players, minutes for those that didn't necessarily get much game time in the other pre-season games. Explored obviously the new system today, playing 3 at the back, and they've continued to do so right until the end of this game, which I'm sure he'll be pleased with. You know, he's got the other option there. And yeah, Bromley 4-0 up, creating chances, scoring goals, and hopefully keeping that elusive clean sheet.
And it's not been all one-way traffic. Crystal Palace have hit the woodwork 3 times, twice in quick succession in the first half. Don't know how it stayed out.
No, and then, yeah.
Not long ago as well, hitting the crossbar. They've been a threat, haven't they?
Certainly have. And you know, they're already starting their season, you know, in the Premier League development leagues. So extra game time for them, and I'm sure they'll have a game on Saturday. So a bit more preparation for them as they look to continue their season in that respect. And once again, we just have to say thanks to them for bringing the team down and joining us for this very regular pre-season fixture.
It is, isn't it? It's part of the furniture for pre-season at Bromley. Here's Banks to Aviero. Palace want to at least score once in this game, and here is Banks trying to engineer space for that to happen. Now Boateng. Matthews in towards Kirby. It's taken down well by Kirby. Takes the shot and it's into the arms of Najia. No threat there, and that is full time with that effort, ladies and gents. Thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. Just to summarise the game, the full-time score here is Bromley 4, Crystal Palace under-23s 0, and it was a really, really good afternoon for Bromley, as the scoreline shows. An opening goal from James Alabi, his first of pre-season, which will give him confidence going into the National League season. A second goal not long after from trialist A, a really good finish in off the post from the edge of the box. Third goal coming from Chris Bush and an excellent free kick, beating the goalkeeper Jacob Russell at his near post. And then final goal, a bit of gloss on the scoreline from Michael Cheek after excellent work from Ben Williamson to create the opportunity from nothing really, James. And as we've said, a really, really productive afternoon for Bromley.
Certainly has been, and there'll be lots of positives to take from the game. Neil Smith will be really happy with his team, and yeah, we'll look to see how they take this performance into the league season starting on Saturday, and yeah, plenty of positives to take.
Well, James, thank you for joining me this afternoon. It's been a real pleasure to commentate for all of you. Hope all of you have enjoyed the stream. Obviously, we are going to be doing this. It is going to look slightly different when we start the league season, but we will be confirming details of that as soon as we can. We hope all of you take us up on that, as we'd love to have you here, but unfortunately that's just not possible at the moment. However, we hope it's not too long before that is the case and we can have you all back here with us as we all love and enjoy. But thank you all once again for joining us this afternoon. We'll be back again with you for the first league game of the season. Take care and bye for now.
He's not sure. But I think he probably could. Yeah, is anyone booked in there?
What's that?
In this room.
I don't think so. I don't see why not.